Hi guys, today we are at the OOO Summit Founder, CEO and Entrepreneur event. So I text my software engineer team for both company to join us at this event. And this is my team. They are getting ready to get inside the event. And also we gonna excited to meeting a lot of CEO and founder who are in this AI company. And also we
managing partner of Exponent Founders Capital based here in New York. We're early stage fund. We practice what I call high conviction, low velocity early stage investing, where I seek to partner up with just 2 to 3 companies a year and work really closely with those founders.
I'm the founder of Carry. When I sold my last startup, Teachable, it kind of blew my mind how many opportunities there are. I think it's really important is what I call return on hassle or looking into. But again, talk to a professional. There are a lot of weird edge cases based on whether you're in New York City and a lot of other stuff. It applies per shareholder. So what's the version?
And so what I started doing is I started writing online, started sharing a bunch of my work, and I started making internet friends. Started making 100,000, has over 100,000 followers. It gets.
When we kind of had that, like, it was almost this aha/Hail Mary, let's see if this is
because of the internet. So I was making more money than my parents, especially if you know about Argentina, we have a really bad currency. Like the Argentinian peso is like badly damaged. So I was kind of rich by the time I was like 17. So at that point, my parents were
making it relatable to people over here.
But anybody can do this for sure. In 10 easy steps, which is just grinding and writing a lot of code and whatever. But yeah, so the O1 visa really was for me, and I was chatting with some people yesterday about this. That was for me like, it was monumentally difficult, but also a huge accomplishment and gave me a lot of freedom to execute. At the time, it's what helped me stay here to build my first startup.
Yep.
And it was hugely distracting, it was really painful, but it happened.
For people that don't know, what is the O1 visa and how did you sort of get it?
Yeah, I guess only the United States can name a visa like this, but it's the Alien of Extraordinary Ability visa. It's ridiculous. But it's fun, at least it keeps you going. Like, oh, I have to meet all these 200 criteria, but I will become an alien later. So yes. And yeah, I had a lot of criteria, one of which was you've given presentations at different big forums or industry relevant forums, and I was like, oh, I'm giving a lot of talks about software engineering every day. And then letters of recommendation, and then awards, and then being mentioned in mainstream media. And then it kind of became, you know what's interesting about this visa? And maybe this is just me having PTSD. It gave me a roadmap to meet all this criteria. I was like, I think I can meet all that criteria. So I went on and met the criteria, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I don't know if you know Alex McCall, who runs a company called Pyramid. He wanted to move to America so badly, and he read these criteria. It's like, okay, write a book. He spent 18 months writing a book so he could apply for the visa.
That's literally me. So there's a book that for a short period of time was bestseller on Amazon for software. It's called Smashing Node.js, which sounds weird, smashing Node.js. You don't smash a technology, but that book, I wrote it specifically. So Node is this JavaScript technology I was very involved in in the early days. And I was like, simultaneously I held 2 beliefs. I hate books. Like as a software engineer, I never write a book. I've never read a book. I just Google or shit.
You never read a book?
I don't think I've ever read a book on software engineering. Oh, okay, when I was a little kid in Argentina, I read a bunch of books because we didn't have good internet and we didn't even have content in Spanish, so it was hard. But today, I just read everything online or I ask ChatGPT or whatever. So,
perfect. All right.
But yeah, I wrote the book and that's only one criteria. They make you jump through a lot of hoops. Uncle Sam is a tough man.
For those of you listening to this, by the way, you read the criteria. They're very scary sounding, but if you look at the data, the approval rate right now for the first time is over 95%. So if you can find a way to somehow fulfill the
gaming it, or I think there's also like a catch-22 to some extent. I know a lot of people that have burnt out and abandoned. It's just so grueling that they were like, yeah, this ain't for me. Like also America, I have all this like self-evident like data and accomplishments why you're making it so hard for me. So it can be so frustrating. It's interesting. It can be more frustrating the more accomplished you are, because you're like, wait, like, do I have to like really go through this? Like, I built all this stuff.
I mean, not an equal amount of stress, but I feel like immigrating to America was, 30-40% the stress of like building a company, which is crazy when you think about it.
Have you seen the types of headaches memes? And there's a head that's like completely red. It's like the worst headache for me.
Time to